It's a lot, but I think it's doable.
When you look down this alleyway right here, there's a lot of stories right there.
It's a lot of stories, a lot of records.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, and I bet a lot of speeding tickets too.
No way.
Early spent probably 3-4 weeks total.
We have till April to organize this, so it's a big project. Welcome to Restoration Revival with Miss Yvette VanDerBrink
Hey.
from VanDerBrink Auctioneers.
How you doing?
Great. Thanks for taking this task
bet.
over.
We have a snowstorm back home, so I'll take your weather.
Okay. So what we're going to do today for Coffee Walk is a quick walkthrough of 200, yes, I said 200 classic cars that are good cars, core cars to restore or use for parts. So
202.
202 so far.
Yeah.
So the first row are trucks. We tried to set this up to where if you're just a truck buyer, you can come in and buy your 1, 2, or 3 trucks and head on.
Just like a grocery store.
There you go. So we have 1974 Chevrolet, and what you'll notice is a lot of these trucks are local. They have sat outside. They do have Texas weather, but they're not rusty.
You know, up north, that's one of the things we worry about is, and even when you get out east they rust from the top down. And when you come up here in the Midwest, unless you're West River, they have rust in the rockers, the quarters, because of salt and snow.
And we have neither of those.
You have none of that, but you do have scorpions, snakes, and things that want to kill you once in a while.
Correct. 1983 stake bed, 1956 Ford truck, and I believe that is a step side.
Yes.
1973 International Scout Travelall, right?
Yep, and it's a binder. You know why they call it a binder?
I do not.
So this is a farm thing.
I'm going to learn today too.
So International, McCormick Deering started out, International started as McCormick Deering, and they invented the corn binder.
Okay.
And so therefore, when they got turned into International and they merged, they're out forever on, and International is referred to as a binder.
I would have lost that on Jeopardy. 1976 step side. This is one of my favorite trucks out here. It has some incredibly cool patina on it. You gotta look at the pictures. Solid truck, V8.
Don't shut that.
Oh, and again, it's a step side. Look at the flames and stuff down the side.
Yeah.
Most of the paint on it looks vintage 1976, except for the door. That's gonna be a neat truck for somebody to build. Now, almost everything out here has a title. If you go to the site, it'll say T for title. Next, we got a 1942 Ford truck, which we thought was a 40s, and we were correct.
Yep.
And it actually has a title. Again, most of these have titles. If it doesn't have a title, say bill of sale.
That's correct. And this one, somebody actually started building this as a rod, and so it'll be a good project for somebody.
Cool. I love it. I love the script for it on the side. Now, this one was on Coffee Walk episode 153. And you've seen just about everything, haven't you?
I have, and I tell you what, we came upon this and I was like, oh, my mind started going, lunch wagon, rat rod, everything. I mean, this thing's got everything going for it.
You've got to watch episode 153 to learn about this incredibly rare Dodge armored truck. Since we bought this, we never had it for sale. I've never heard of another one and never found another one. I believe there's a special story to that. We don't know what it is. Maybe you guys know.
What would you do with that, Dennis?
I would put a Cummins in it and drive it just like that.
Would you lower it?
Cummins, lower it, Alcoa wheels, AC, and leave the paint just like that.
Leave the bullet holes?
Well, somebody tried. It is bulletproof glass. It didn't go through.
And did you see that it has the turret holes for the guns?
I saw it. They were hauling something serious in there.
Yeah.
I think it was more than money.
I think it was probably jewels or something.
Something high-end. But this is super cool. You've got to see it. 1956 Ford truck, custom cab. 1959 Apache.
Yes.
Well, those are tough to find, aren't they?
They are. 59, you find a lot of 58s.
This is a stake bed, but really cool patina on original paint. 1973 Blazer. Now, it's got the wrong lights in the front, so don't let you throw you off. And you can see this on Coffee Walk episode 225, and the doors are in it. Now, this one is not from Texas, and this is what happens when you get something from St. Louis.
That's right.
It's got some rust in it. This is a local Texas truck that was actually last running in 2007, which for what's sitting out here is almost brand new.
It's really clean. I mean, Texas, definitely.
This is a straight, clean Texas long bed local truck. 1958 project truck. Somebody started turning it into a rat rod. Now, Vet, I think this is one of your favorite ones. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It is. It is.
1961 ramp side.
Yes. The reason why I like this is it's a Corvair type Greenbrier truck. And it has a ramp door on the side, and they were used in drag racing a lot. So they would go down along after their driver, drop the gate, get the tools out they wanted, and then if the guy put him in, and then they took off back up the drag strip.
I mean, the patina on this is crazy cool,
Yeah.
and again, this is a local truck. Now, this is what happens when you buy a Volkswagen bus sight unseen out of Michigan, which I did. It does have a title, 64 Splitty. It does come with an M code, and all the numbers are on it, and the motor's even in it. So, if you're brave, there you go. Something that everybody out there might not know. Every single piece to a split window bus has now been reproduced and
Yes.
re-stamped by Key. And it's neat stuff, I've seen it. 1956 Ford truck.
I like that one.
This is very cool patina. Step side as well. 1977 Chevrolet truck. Now here's one you got to look at close if you come to the auction. 1970 local Texas short bed Ford truck.
Don't find short boxes very often.
Lots of patina.
Yep.
1953 Ford truck. Factory V8 truck. Now this looks to have been a 3/4 ton.
Mm-hmm.
So F350. See that very often either.
No, no.
Now we're going to roll into some Corvettes. These Corvettes are all local Texas Corvettes. 1976 T-top car, 1975 T-top car, 1974 convertible, so towards the tail end of convertible production. And the best one that's out here, well, the convertible's pretty cool. It's a 1971, which this one was on Coffee Walk episode 203. Watch that one, you can hear the whole story behind it. 1956 Olds 88, four-door.
57.
57 Cornet, four-door. 1950s Pontiac. Have we figured this one out yet?
I believe we think this one is a 51.
Okay, I would believe that.
We couldn't, the doors were a little crunchy there.
And so for you Mopar guys, his outstanding builder right here. 1973 Challenger. It looks to be original paint. It is a complete car. It is solid. Now it's just a 318 car, so it's nothing crazy special high performance wide, but a great start for a resto mod.
Yeah, and buckets, I mean, everything is there. It's complete. It's a really good car.
Solid car, title again. 66 Mustang convertible with lots of new parts sitting in it. Straight, decently solid, a little bit rust in the floors. One of the easiest cars to restore. Best for father-son projects in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, you've been working with Mustangs since you were, what, 13?
Yep, that's when I started. Fox body Mustang convertible. This was sitting local in a warehouse. It was crazy, dusty, dirty. We bought a whole bunch of other Mustangs, which they're out here as well, but we didn't get to film it, unfortunately. So that's a complete car. It is a 5.0. 1939 Buick. This is literally out of Wylie, where my shop is. One family owns it's new.
Oh my gosh.
On a 1939 index card Buick title.
Oh my gosh.
The body on this car is absolutely amazing.
Wow.
This was on a Coffee Walk episode out of Frisco. I don't remember the number, but it was a big episode where we got the Ford GT. Zach will put it up what the episode is. Major project for Ford convertible. That does have a title. It is lot number 38T. I have a little bit more information on that for you guys, but that was on Coffee Walk.
53 custom line.
There you go, 53 convertible custom line. 36 Chevy. Cool rat rod project.
You know, that's one thing in this whole next row here. We have a lot of street rod projects, a lot of rod projects, really solid cars.
Okay, so I'm going to let Yvette take over from there to there. So have at it.
All right, so one of the things that we got that kind of came along with this is we have a lot of cars that are perfect for street rod candidates or for patina customs or something along that line. And there's an assortment of a whole row of here. One of them that I like, this one's a 36, 37 Ford, very, very clean. And again, I believe we're gonna have a title on that. We're gonna have a title on a lot of them if, you know, we can verify the VIN numbers. This one was a startup project, a 1938 Chevrolet. And, you know, somebody put aftermarket seats in there. It's already been lowered. The frame's already been done, so, hey, not much left, do it. Shoebox Fords, 1949 to 51. We have one of those, very, very popular. was instrumental in Ford when they went from the old style cars in the 40s. This one sold a lot of them, was one of their big sellers.
This is my favorite patinaed car here, probably next to the 39 Buick and a couple of trucks. If you walk around this has been sitting in the Texas sun since 1967. It's got the sunshade visor on the front, so when you open the door, the gauges are nice. If you walk around the body, it is incredibly straight.
Yeah, this is a super clean car.
That's neat.
And it's straight, very straight. Again, this is a Mercury Coupe, 1948. Don't find a lot of them. And that one's another project. 39 Pontiac. And again, good one. Here's another Ford. This is a 19, I think, I can't remember which one we got, 46, 47. And another good project car. This one here is 51 Chevy Deluxe. We got a little rain last night. It's another started project, again, for you rat rod guys. We have some bodies back here. One of them is actually GM. That one is actually a GM part back there. And same with this one.
Yeah, this is a 26T here.
Yep, that right behind the trailer. This one here is a shoebox Ford, 1949-50 convertible.
And this has got an 8BA in it. This is a
Yep.
V8 car.
Yep.
So this looks like it was a hot rod. And they've got a some type of 4-speed transmission in it. I bet back in the day this was super cool.
Yeah, exactly. And the top bowls are there. You know, that's something that's very important with these guys. This again, somebody started on this one. This is 1939. This one's a 1940 Chevrolet. This is a 1940 Chevrolet convertible. Actually a really rare car. And so this would be a really good to build.
So the production numbers in that car being a little bit before pre-war was incredibly low,
Right.
but the attrition rate was really high. You rarely ever see a 40 Chevrolet convertible in any condition.
That's correct.
What a cool rat rod
And
that'd
blue,
be.
this one would have been pretty. Again here, 1948 Chevy. This one's one of my favorites. I actually dove in here when I was here the last time and kind of tried to make a car. All the pieces were inside. This is a 35 Chevy Coupe. And we have the grille, the hood, the fenders, the rear fenders are in there. Super good car. They just got it sitting on a frame, but really good car to build. This is a 1940 Chevrolet. Again, it's a coupe, business coupe. Has no back seat, so that you could put your stuff in the back.
Okay.
But a really good car.
Now we're going to jump into some weird odds and ends. Explain to us how you sell that many rear ends quickly.
Choice!
Okay.
So we sell choice out of a group, high bid, first pick, take as many as you want, times the bid, then we'll go again, next group, until they're all gone.
There's a 12 bolt in here, there's a 9-inch in here, and
Yep.
there's actually a Trans Am rear end in here with disc brakes. So for those guys that are paying attention, be the high bidder, go in and pick the good stuff, then let her start over again.
Right. And you know, sometimes it goes higher the second time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. This is on Coffee Walk episode in Parker that we just did. The Suzuki GS1000G, Kawasaki KZ900 was on the Coffee Walk Parker episode. Two of these three-wheelers came on the St. Louis Coffee Walk. Two of these three-wheelers came from East Texas. And what was that guy's name, Zach?
Bronco.
From Bronco.
Well, hey, now, Dennis, I think you're about the same age as I am.
I think we are the same age.
Yeah. And that 200 on the end, if you grew up with them, you have the
Yep.
scars on your calves from the slotted foot pegs.
But how cool is that to see five
Absolutely.
three-wheelers in one
Death
spot?
row.
There you go. I'm not even going to pretend to know anything about these. Okay.
I'm out on that one too. I have no idea.
So if you're into watercraft, there you go. We got an MG Midget, 60 Bug Eye Sprite, 61 Corvair that somebody was customizing, which I've actually seen where they were going with this. I've seen
Yeah.
some of these customized like that. They look pretty cool.
Yep, I've seen them when they turn them into two, coupes.
65 Corvair. Whoa, it's really muddy today. So we got a whole row of Corvair, probably gonna end up being parts cars. I'm not sure how rough of a Corvair you restore these days, but I haven't seen this many in a row of them
I
anywhere.
think they're more than likely parts cars.
Okay. Was that a Capri?
Yeah, Mercury Capri.
Okay.
This is what you went to the disco in.
Uh-oh, in 1992. We got a Studebaker Lark. This is kind of neat. This is a 1978 Alfa Romeo Spider, Niki Lauda Special. It's even got the plaque on top. It's number 205. If you look it up, it's a neat car. It's solid, it's local, it should be restored, it's relatively complete. Stripe kits are available for it. This is on Coffee Walk episode out of St. Louis. This was the
Big block.
it is a 454 truck. It's got a neat drivetrain in it, is why we bought that. 57 Chevy front end. Be kind of cool for yard art. I don't remember what that is.
But
67 GTX. The front clip and the floors are actually solid. Fender tags on it, dash fins on it. It's got a good title, and the core support then matches all of it. So if you want a 67 440 GTX start, there you go.
yeah, it's got a title.
We kept that because we thought it was cool.
That's a desk.
FMC front nose, step side bed, late model step side bed. We'll continue around the back side of the odd stuff. Mazda B2200 pickup that we picked up when we bought a lot of the Impalas that are over there, which we'll get to later. This is on Coffee Walk, a 1979 Toyota extended cab dually truck. I'm not sure if I made a mistake or not by keeping this, because when we first bought this, we had people all over the world trying to buy it.
Well, it's actually really rare, and it's actually very low production, that's why.
I believe that there were less than 20 of these came into the US.
That's correct.
Very, very cool. You guys got to check that out. 87 Jeep Comanche pickup truck, just way too good to part out. This is I believe this is a one owner. This is a V8, loaded up Orvis, less than 100,000 miles. We didn't try to get it running, but we saved it because it was cool. Very high option Grand Cherokee. 66 Newport. 67 Pontiac convertible. 68 Grand Prix, which is actually super cool. Hidden headlights, bucket seats.
This is actually really clean, complete. It needs to be restored.
It's a neat car. Console. 76 Cordova that was on episode 225. Well, actually, that's got the velour in it. No Corinthian leather in that one.
And it was yellow.
68 Charger.
Oh.
This is definitely one of the gems of the sale. This car had been in the garage since 1973. It is a 383 4-barrel 330 horse car. It has a period correct motor and transmission. We checked the numbers, and oddly enough, we're a couple of hundred numbers off of this car. I don't know how that could have possibly happened, because they've been in it forever. Solid, straight, complete 68 Charger, which is one of the hardest core cars to find.
And most desirable.
I would agree. Very odd one here. 1973 440 U code. So in 1973, a 440 was not available as an RPO, it was an SPO. That is one of the rally cars. There was only 713 of those cars built. It's crazy rare.
Highly optioned.
Very highly optioned. Power steering, power brakes, AC, really solid car. What's the inspection sticker say on that? And it was garage kept too.
1980.
Since
82.
1982. And this one has been since 73. These are two great Mopars to build. Challenger up there we looked at was a great car to build. Now, here's the star of the show. And we've already had quite a few questions. Why is that car there? Well, I don't remember how long ago it's been, but Richard and I bought this car many, many years ago. And believe it or not, it was top automotive story of the year when we bought it. This is the Heinz and Yarborough 1979 XJS Cannonball Run winning car. Period, without a doubt. So they held the record from 1979 to 2007. Guess what happened that year?
You drove.
That's right. I drove, and Richard and I beat the record. Very, very significant car. It does need total restoration. When we found it, it looked like this. Rarely do you ever get the opportunity to buy a Cannonball car, much less one that won. And they held the record for the longest time period, 79 to 2007. There's our star of the show. But let's keep going.
Corvette.
1985 GMC Jimmy.
Yep.
This supposedly ran within the last 2 or 3 years. Again, local, solid Jimmy. You guys looking for something to restore? Really, really solid Texas truck.
Very desirable. Blazers, any format, any year. Scouts, small Broncos, all those older SUVs are popular.
And you can see that rescue right there on Coffee Walk episode 241. This is super cool, 1970 Eldorado. The color combo is crazy.
It would have
Green,
been
white,
a really pretty car.
and the interior is green and white. And we did confirm this is a 500 car, which they're all supposed to be. Motor looks complete. You look under the hood in the pictures, it looks like this car ran recently. Another star of the show right here, 70 Coronet RT. RT, not a Super B. Why is that significant? These are much lower in production, and this is an extremely high option car. It was originally FY1 top banana.
Yep.
440, 4-barrel, 375 horse, power steering, power brakes, AC, buckets, console. But what was really odd about this car, it was an LA built car with all the factory emissions on it for California.
You know, less than 2,600 made.
2172.
2172.
And
I rounded it up.
I like rounding up instead of down. But with this many options, it can't be more than a handful.
Had to have been a beautiful car with that top banana yellow.
Absolutely. But also what I like about this car is this car has been in California and Texas.
Wow.
So I'm not gonna say it's rust free, but it is solid. It's a good builder. I don't know a lot about these cars. F85, Oldsmobile. I should know more about them. I know there's a cult following for them. But again, this car was on episode 241, a good complete car to build.
A lot of them were made into race cars and dragsters along with Chevelles of those years. And so that's why you don't see a lot of them.
Well, that's what it looks like this car was. It's got a big tack in it. It's got an intake, big carburetor. So I think this probably was a drag car at one time. 70 442 convertible, super desirable. We have confirmed that it is a real 70 442 convertible. Again, a local Texas car. Now, kind of out of order, we got a crazy rare Cobra. And they actually called these Cobras and not Torinos.
Yeah, I saw that.
So in 70, if you got the 429 4-barrel, it was a Cobra. So this is a shaker hood, which just this hood and shaker, incredibly rare. But 429 is in it, that's complete, 4-speed traction lock car. It was originally Vermilion red.
So
I don't have the breakdown numbers on this, but we can get it from Marty. Really, really rare.
So when they did these in 69 and 70, you know, they threw the Talladegas in there, they threw the Torinos in there, and then they came out with a Cobra. So why did they build such similar ones all
Well, this car was, they wanted to run against the Superbird with this car and the Daytonas. So this is a big effort for Ford to do. That's a significant car, very solid. And again, clear title. We'll probably have a Marty report when we get to it. Moving on. Old Hoopty. Why did we leave this car in here? Because I wanted everybody to know what a Hoopty was.
Old Hoopty's doors didn't want to open.
There you go. This is a 390 T-Bird that's extremely complete, 1965.
Very clean.
Really good car to build. Solid car. A 66 390 T-Bird. Probably a good car to build, but let's just say you didn't want to go through that effort. A 390 drivetrain out of these cars is worth quite a bit of money as it is. But these two cars should be built. This is a really neat car. This was owned by the president of the Falcon Club.
Oh, really?
This car was drag raced for many, many years, was well known. He used to run a Thunderbolt 427 motor in it, his Thunderbolt hood. But the last few years he was running a 289 K-Code motor in it.
Okay.
Local car, Texas title. Again, I think somebody should build that. It's just really cool look. It's got a cage in it already. It's got a 9-inch in the back. It's just a neat car.
Is this gentleman still around with us?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Know.
I don't know the answer to that. 2-door Falcon. 4-door Falcon is probably best used as parts car. This is the only Malibu we have out here. So if you want to build a Malibu or Chevelle, it's lot number 129T. I believe this is 71.
Yeah, 71.
Okay. Lot 130T, we got a 1967. I don't know if this is a Malibu or a Chevelle.
It's a Malibu, and this is a 66 front clip.
Okay. But again, when you're, these cars aren't rusty like in the rest of the country. If you just want a good body, you're going to use a late model chassis, a drivetrain, something like that. A good car to build. 68 Ranchero. I don't know why I have Pontiac written on the windshield of this.
No, I think it was because the motor was a Pontiac motor in this.
So 68 Ranchero, 69 El Camino. Moving along kind of quick now. 73 Grand Prix, 76 Grand Prix with T-top. 73 has no engine in it. This one I believe has got
Nope.
no motor.
Got a tire.
There you go. Running up the Pontiac Road. Another 76 Grand Prix. You just don't see these very often.
No.
Now we got some cool stuff for you guys to look at. A whole row of GTOs. I actually like this car. It's a local car. It's been sitting forever. It's straight, it's solid, it's complete. It's only a 350 car, but yet it's got the Wrangler style hood and the Enduro bumper.
Well, it's also a 72.
Okay,
It's also a 72, so that makes it significant for a GTO.
like that car.
Yep, that body style. Last year.
69 on this is going to be a Le Mans, but most people turn Le Mans into GTOs. This is a 68 GTO.
Yes.
So, but look at I was shocked when you sent the report to me because there's tons of options
Yeah.
to load on this car. From 68 Le Mans, again, a good basis to build from. These good core tubs. 69 GTO tub. Again, these cars got trim tags, VIN tags, and titles.
Yep.
71 Le Mans Sport. Another 71 Le Mans Sport. Did we figure out exactly what this one was?
Yeah. This is also a 71.
71 Le Mans Sport. It's got 3 of those in a row, which you can still build GTO from.
Yep.
68 Le Mans convertible. But again, a great core car to build a resto mod convertible out of.
You know, for those of us up north or out east, this front clip is just perfect to work with.
Yep, good solid stuff. Another 71 Le Mans, 71 GTO,
Yep.
and 68 GTO. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if you guys got the itch to build a GTO, we got your core cars for you.
And they're solid.
Now, one of the biggest markets out there, Mr. Dave Hall is a good buddy of mine at Restore Muscle Cars, building the Resto Mod Trans Ams. Well, guess what? You got to have a body to start with, and you got to have a title. So here we go. These are great core car Trans Ams. 1979, read it real quick. 77, 78. Some of these are Firebirds. They're not all
Yeah.
Trans Ams, but most of them are Trans Ams. 75, 79. 78, 78, a solar gold 79,
Hard to find that color.
yep, 77, 76, we're getting down to the earlier stuff, 78, 78, and then we've got a 69 Firebird, which is crazy unusual. I mean, this would be a big build, but however, to see a 69 Firebird in orange is very unusual.
Yeah,
That's
very
a
unusual.
Chevrolet color.
Yep.
67 Firebird. Who wants to see some Camaros? Okay. There's an 80 Z28 that came out of Longview, Texas, episode 208. 79 Z28. 79 Z28. 71 Camaro. Again, starting off with a body like this versus an aftermarket body is the way to go. If you want to build a Pro Touring 71, you just need the body. There you go. There's a 70. There's an 81.
We actually have quite a few 70s in here.
Which is great. They're hard to find.
275, yep.
73, which is one of my favorite years. There's another 70 right there. 73, 74, and then if you're into the next generation Camaros, we've got 279s right here.
I've had 8 Camaros in my lifetime.
What
I
was the
love
oldest
them.
one?
69.
There you go. Best year.
It's in the body shop right now.
75, just a regular Camaro, like a Berlinetta style car. 1978, another 73 body. These two are two of the better ones here, these 273s. Good cars. They're close to being complete. That says no title in the windshield, but it does have a title.
Yep.
So we will fix that. 78. 81 Z28. Really cool patina on this car, actually. Alex really wants this car. He's got so many projects right now, I don't think he'd ever get to it. That is neat patina on that car. 74. 71. Again, we've got a number of 70s through 73 bodies here. 75. 70. 67. This was on Coffee Walk in Arkansas. Again, that's going to be a tough build, but it's got the data tag, it's got the VIN tag, it's got the title.
This is my favorite here, actually. I
Okay.
don't know why, it's just fun.
This was pretty shocking, actually. So, guy called me and said, I bought a house, and I'm told that the Camaro behind it's a real SS396. It's got a 12-bolt rear end in the back. It's got a title. Numbers are on it. He goes, what would you give me first? I made him an offer. He goes, I'm pretty sure that's too much.
Oh my
He goes,
gosh.
how about you send me half that? I'm like, okay. Well, it's pretty rusty. But it is, if you look under the hood, first telltale sign is you got your big block air box and the 12 bolts in it. It is a real SS 396 69 Camaro with a clear title. Now, obviously that's a small block sitting there, but
Yeah.
this between that combination and another car makes something cool. Now what are we going on to? Uh-oh, Mustangs. '82 Fox body. These would be great cars to build drag cars out of. '81 Fox body. '80 notchback. I don't know if you guys out there know how hard it is to find a notchback body, because people build, all these are being built into resto mods, drag cars, race cars, like Coyote Motors. The notchback is the one to have. Solid local Texas car, been off the road since 04. And we do have another one coming in.
Well, I know at the salvage yard, when they used to come into the salvage yard, the guys took the front ends for street rods.
Okay. Yeah,
That-
that's right. That's right. Little late model Mustang suspension. 266 coupes. That one actually has a big seat in it. 67 coupe. Lot 76T. Lot 77T, 66 coupe. 68 coupe, solid car. This was on Coffee Walk. We'll get the episode on that one as well. This is an unusual car here in that this is a factory white blue stripe with a blue vinyl top. I thought that was a special edition car. Actually, this was just a special order car sold here locally. We do have the market report for that. Some really neat options to look at the market report on that. 67. That was just a 289 Fairlane. Now here's a really, really special car. 1967 Mustang 394 speed. So that in itself puts it around 3,000 cars. Mm-hmm. 3 of them were Dusk Rose.
Oh, wow.
One of them was a GT.
Wow.
This is that car.
Oh my gosh.
So as far as 67 390 cars goes, this is truly a holy grail car. Needs a lot, but it deserves to be built. Door warning tags on the car, comes with your market report. It also even comes with a breakdown, which is posted there. Just crazy rare options on this car. Being a 394 speed, Dusk Rose Peak GT, loaded up. Somebody needs to build that.
Now, why would somebody order this color? Was it a Playboy car?
We couldn't prove that it was a Playboy car.
Okay.
The Playboy cars came to 3 different destinations and we couldn't prove that this was one of them. Highly possible, but it's crazy rare and it needs to be built. I think it's a significant Mustang find. This was on Coffee Walk 237, the 67 Mustang convertible, really solid car.
Can I add something on this one?
Absolutely.
Come back to it. Now, Dennis, from what I understand, when somebody actually called you that was looking for this car and they found out you had it, and this guy had been searching for this car of this options,
Right,
and here it is.
it is here. So hopefully he'll be here at the sale and raise his hand.
Yeah, and what lot number we got it?
72T.
72T.
You gotta look at the paperwork on this car. It is really, really impressive. And how are we gonna load that? With a forklift. 67 Mustang convertible, local, came out of Waxahachie, really solid car. Somebody that started building it as a resto mod, which is the route it needs to go. Another star of the show, 63 Indianapolis pace car convertible that when we found it was in a garage, parked since 73. So this was only on the road for 10 years, and we actually picked this car up in Indianapolis.
Oh, wow.
And it is very complete, very correct, very solid, very straight. It does run, it doesn't have any brakes, and it needs tires.
From what I understand, isn't that correct that there were 500 of the original ones, or was it, how many was it that were to the dealers?
It was like 500 and 143,
Okay.
something like that. This is a real one. All the badges are here. You can track it down.
This is a very nice car.
That's definitely one of the stars of the show. Now let's go see.
My favorite.
All right, I'm going to let Yvette hit on these because this is her favorite stuff.
Okay, so I was raised GM. My dad was a GM guy, and this is a 1963 Impala. It's just a standard Impala, but this gentleman that had it badged it a 409. It's a small block, bucket seats, and he loved this car. Now, Dennis, this was a Coffee Walk car?
This is a Coffee Walk car. It was on episode 217. He said it ran when parked, but that was a long time ago. But it is, again, a solid, straight Texas car.
Yeah. I mean, there's no rust in it. It's straight.
But if you want to see the rescue, we got to talk to the owner and his dad and his uncle, confirming what the car was.
Yep.
It was in the garage when we got it. This is going to be an easy car. I think it would run with little effort.
Now, if it was me, I would clone it and make it an SS.
Because me, I just make it run and drive and drive it like that.
Yeah. Again, another 64 Impala. And some of these actually are SS cars. And this one's bucket seats. I believe this one is an SS. And we have a whole string of them here that are 64s. This is another 64. And here's another 64. And this one is actually an SS. This one here again is another 64. This is an SS car again. And again, these are clean Texas cars and easy bodies to work with.
Yep. Actually, these we brought in out of Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas.
Yep. Now, the black car is Texas cars. These came in out of Arkansas. They were on Coffee Walk. I don't remember the episode number.
That one got a little damage in the rear. But again, there's a lot of it. You know, even these 4 doors, guys are building them. And we have a whole string of them right here, and they're good cars. 67.
We have 7 Impalas right there.
Yep.
67, 76 442. My brother had one of these. We used to call it the urban assault vehicle. Great cars to drive. 67 Bel Air. 69 Buick, 2-door.
Oh.
This is one of my favorite cars here.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'll tell you why. 62 old Starfire. So that was the top of the line Oldsmobile. It had the most bright work, the most stainless work, the most trim. But I really like it. This is a bucket seat car with electric buckets. So those are the same seats that would have come in a Britz Cadillac. Just the seat cores in this car are worth a small fortune.
Right.
But very cool to see a 62 Starfire. Now we got Cadillac Row.
Oh, that's right.
Cadillacs. And there is one really, really special car in here. And yes, for those of you that are bidding to export, we will help you get it to Houston. It does have a title, and it'll get there.
You're lucky you're so close to a port.
That's right. We've got a 1960 Series 62 4-door, probably best for parts. 59 Cadillac front end, which to me would be ultimate to make yard art, garage art, or
Absolutely.
for a restaurant.
Yep.
But if you got a 59 convertible that's popped in the front, there you go. Great for parts. 1954 4-door, 66 convertible. Lots of people building these later model convertibles now.
Oh.
70 hardtop. These look really, really cool slammed. Here's my favorite Cadillac of the show.
Yep.
So this is a 1962 Pininfarina bodied flat top, bodied out of Italy. This was one of the most expensive cars in the world, period, bar none, that you could buy.
Yep.
They were a status symbol then and they're a status symbol now. So if you ever walk up to one, you see a strange roof like that, and you see the Pininfarina badge on the side, you've got something. So I've got a bet with Yvette that this ends up in Europe. We'll see what happens.
And the reasoning for that is there's a big market over there. The big cars are very popular.
Well, and this is the one to have.
Yeah, that is the one.
This car was crazy expensive back in the day. 61 Cadillac. It is a 2-door, which is nice. 76. And then we've got our orphan death row.
Yeah.
I convinced Yvette to save this one in the sale. It's a 1985. It's not the ultimate year for the guys doing the F100 transformations, but it works for that. Motor, transmission, rear end on an F100 truck, 1985. Chrysler LeBaron convertible. It's here because I thought it was funny. I still think it's funny. And we kept the Fairmont in here because you never ever see them.
My dad made me drive one. I drove 23 different vehicles from freshman to senior, and it was whatever rode in the salvage yard, and not all of them made it to school.
And that's why it's at the tail end of the auction. 1988 Ford, again, this would just be a good core drivetrain for somebody doing a conversion on an F100 truck. And last but not least, let's go look at some motorhomes.
Oh no.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, there's something for everybody here.
All right, you're gonna do the first two and I'll do the last two.
Oh!
Yeah, now there's something we didn't hit on. We've got some 454 motors that came out of some buses that run on propane, late model.
8 of them.
8 of them. Is that many? We've also have a 455 Oldsmobile motor. It actually came out of a coach like that.
Yep.
So it's got the front drive system with it. So if you're interested in stuff like that, it'll be on the website. What do we have here?
This is a 74. I wondered why it's here, actually.
Okay.
Actually, I was kind of curious of, Dennis, what do we got going on here? But it's a 74 motorhome. Back in its day, it was a big deal, but the big thing is it has a 454. This is an 83. It has a 350 V8, but now this is actually pretty special. This
was on Coffee Walk 241. There's a cult following for these. This is 1976. They're very lightweight. They're front-wheel drive, airbag suspension, and this one actually just needs to be cleaned up. The people we just picked this up from on 241 episode said that they actually drove this to the gas station in 2020.
Yeah.
So we threw a battery in it. The air brakes came on. The airbags came straight up, and this has been probably 3 weeks since we picked it up, and the airbags are still up.
Yeah, this is actually, they go in caravans in the summer.
Okay.
And they go across the United States, a lot of retired people, and it actually has a very, very big cult following.
I think if somebody just spent a week or two on this, it'd be running and driving and be actually a decent rig. The motor turned over and almost fired up, but we just didn't spend much time on it. But again, we got the air brakes working, suspension up, got it on the trailer. Next, came with this 464 barrel. If you watch the episode on 241, reach out to Sean Pettiford, because that's what it looks like now, and it didn't look like that when we picked it up. Thanks,
I believe
Sean.
we have to update some pictures.
So, but it has a 464 barrel in it. Previous owner stated it's got less than 1,000 miles. 1976, again, a local, solid Suburban with a little bit of rust. What's cool about it's 454.
And again, they're building these.
They are, people are building them. In 1987, which is just a good year of the square headlight trucks. And this is a Sierra Classic, which would be the same as a Suburban.
That's it.
And there you have it. So thanks for tuning in. Now all they have to do is what? How do they register for the auction?
Well, they can go to the website, VanDerBrinkAuctions.com, and there's links off of Coffee Walk and all of them. And so you go to the website, you can either send in your registration ahead of time, or you can register through the catalog. This is a live auction with simulcast online bidding. So we would actually like you here. And you can register Friday during preview. You can register Saturday morning, but during the auction, only bidders that have a wristband can be there.
Right, and only bidders that have a wristband can park here. We've got 6 acres of parking for you. We've got Colby Wooten, aka Colby Beef. He's gonna be serving hot dogs, hamburgers, and brisket. We've got a taco truck. We've got portalettes. But most of all, register now, register early, and everything is sold at no reserve. Explain that.
Okay, so everything that we have here has to go to a home, has to go away. And so it doesn't matter what it sells for, and it's going to go to the highest bidder, and there's no reserve, so there's no gotta have it price. Everything goes. It's a fire sale.
So if you're on top, you win and you own it. I believe this is going to go well, but people are always asking, what happens to some of those cars you guys don't have time to work on?
That's
and
right.
what happens to the ones that you buy and you're not on camera? Well, here's 202 of them, right?
That's right.
All right. Please like, tag, share, and follow, but most of all, go to VanDerBrink Auctions. Follow the link. See you next week. All right, Alex, are you burnt out on the Nevada sale yet?
Yes, I am.
Well, you got a ways to go.
Yeah.
So that's been a much bigger project than we anticipated, huh?
Yep.
We're 90% there.
Almost.
All right, so now we're gonna eat at Linky's Barbecue, my favorite barbecue. I'm gonna have to say, not just only in this area, but in Texas. And Texas is known for barbecue. That's a pretty bold statement.
Yes.
How about you?
Oh yeah, the ribs are outstanding.
The best ribs in Texas, bar none. So when you're in town for our Nevada sale, this is where you need to go. Another reason we're here for this food segment is this is where we're gonna have our 500,000 subscriber party for YouTube. Come check out the food. This is what you have to look forward to.
We're gonna go to Washington, place I never have gone before. There's a sweet woman there that won't hurt me anymore. And every single sunrise and every ounce of rain is gonna make me smile, think a lot.
All right. What sausage we have today?
German pork sausage.
bourbon port.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. So this is Clint Leakey actually behind the counter. Much like when you come to Collins Bars, I'll be behind the counter. Alex will be in the back. How are we today?
Good, sir. How are you?
Well, we're here for the ribs as always.
Let's do it. Let's do it. What are we going to do today, Dennis?
We're going to do ribs, brisket, and sausage, and turkey. We're just going to split it up, so just make us a meal for 3.
Gotcha.
And not only are these my favorite ribs in Texas, the coleslaw is the best. What's your secret to the coleslaw? Can you tell us? Because I think I know what it is.
Horseradish.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I was going to say it's pickle juice. Is there pickle juice in it?
No pickle.
Horseradish is the secret. It tastes great.
Plenty of sugar and vinegar.
And then Alex and Zach love macaroni and cheese. They've got killer macaroni and cheese. And then the number one thing the guys at the shop love over the ribs is the potato salad.
That stuff is great.
Can we have mac and cheese coleslaw and potato salad too?
You got it, bud.
It's gonna be a good day.
Little treat today for Dennis, some smoked bacon on top of his turkey.
Extremely easy. The ribs can be the best buy. I mean, it literally just falls off the bone. It is incredible. Outstanding. Remember, if you're in town for the sale in Nevada or at Collins Brothers, you gotta come to Linky's Barbecue in Wylie.
Hey, casserole, that's the #1 side seller, guys.
Outstanding.
It is awesome.
Okay, I did some brisket, a little burn in on the top of it.
Outstanding. Put it right here. We can stack it right between these two. Look at that. Perfect. Thanks, Clint.
Awesome, thank you.
We can handle it. Look at that. Those burnt ends with the brisket. We tried the sausage already. It's great. Turkey with bacon. Tell you what, the beef is here is so good you don't even need barbecue sauce. Falls apart. Wow. Really tender. Try to eat this at least once a week. It is that good. Get your mac and cheese, Zach. When you're done with Texas' best ribs at Linky's Barbecue, best coleslaw I've ever had. Potato, which is a favorite of everybody at Collins Brothers Jeep. You gotta finish up with Mama Linky's Peach Cobbler. So this is made by Clint's mom. Oh, this will just calm and fix everything. Outstanding. You know what? I think I speak for Alex and I on this. One of the things we do most enjoy on Coffee Walk is not only meeting the people and saving the great cars, is getting to go to the restaurants that they always recommend.
Yeah.
Now, this is a restaurant that we recommend.
Absolutely.
So if you're in town, right?
Oh yeah.
Linky's Barbecue. Let's go back to the shop. So as you guys are perusing all the 200 vehicles in Nevada today, please go to the website, VanDerBrinkAuctions.com, because there are other vehicles that Alex is going to bring out there 2 or 3 days before the show that are too nice to sit outside. There's a really nice 69 GTX drag car, a 1908 Buick brass car,
Yeah, that's cool.
a totally restored M38 A1, just to name a few really cool cars. There are some other cars that aren't on the site yet that are already out there, and there's 2 that just showed up that Alex just got off the trailer, which I think are cool. Let's go check them out. Look at that. First one up, Mopar No Car. What is it, Alex?
69 Cornet RT 440 4-speed with a Dana. Which is super cool.
Wow, well, it's not only super cool, it's a super track, right?
Yep.
Super track pack. So Dana rear, 4-speed. So the 440 this year would be 375 horse.
Yep. 4-barrel.
Is it originally an Alpine white car?
W1 Alpine White, just like my Challenger. Green interior, green vinyl top. Got some cool options though.
Well, let's check out one cool option right here.
Okay.
So if you see that right there, that means a striped Elite, right?
Yep.
There you go. Really rare badge. Striped Elite car. All right, show me the cool options. So Alpine White looks to be original paint on this car everywhere except for the door.
Yep.
Okay?
So on the fender tag, you can tell it's a 440 4-barrel hypo car. It's an E86. D21's your 4-speed. Now a cool option is it's got bucket seats, which is a C55 option, but it's also got the half seat in the middle where a center console would go, which is a C21 option, which is super cool.
A lot of people refer to that as a buddy seat.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, we now have 2 of these right now because the 73U code, which was an SBO special order car only, which is in Nevada, the gold car, also has that.
Yep.
Let's open the door and check that out real quick, and we'll go with tags.
Green interior, but here's the buddy seat that he's referring to.
That is really cool.
So basically you got almost a bench seat, but with bucket seats.
One of my favorite things in all muscle cars, period, are 4 speeds with no console.
I hate consoles.
I think that is so cool. Rally gauges.
Rally gauges with the tech.
Green interior. So, as I was looking up there on the tag, it's got F8. So, I guess, is that because the dash is F8 green, or was the vinyl top F8 green?
I think that's the interior code.
Okay. All right. Wow. And the car appears to be solid. It did have, it looked like it had fender marker lights. That's another option. What else did it have?
No power steering, no power brake. So basically, someone ordered it to drag race.
To go fast and look cool.
Yep.
And have fun.
Of course.
All right. Core Sports Original. It's a good, solid car. We saw it on the trailer. The floors are actually really good. The frame rails are good. This is a good basis for restoration or almost Survivor, except for the door. 69 RT Cornet. Very cool. Now we've got an unusual Javelin. 71. What's unusual about this car is it's a manual transmission car, which you just don't see very often. And again, this is a non-console manual transmission car. Bucket seats, blue on blue. And it is a V8, it's a 304 2-barrel. So good car to restore, resto mod. If you've seen what the Ring brothers have done with these cars, this is one of the coolest body styles to start out with. Don't you agree, Alex?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The big wide bulging fender flares. So V8 manual transmission car, it is power steering. It is a 3-speed car, not a 4-speed car, but a cool basis for a resto mod.
Oh, yeah.
So now these 2 are not on the website yet, but they'll be in the sale. And what are they going to cost?
They're all going for no reserve.
So whatever the highest bid is, you win. So please like, tag, share, and follow. Most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. But most importantly, be there, show up. You can be there in person to bid on these cars.
You can see us and the cars.
That's right. But if you can't do that, set up a proxy bid. You sit and bid away at your leisure at home. So hope you enjoyed today's coffee walk. We'll see you next week.